Good morning to everyone on this beautiful therapeutic Tuesday. Hope you all are in fine condition and ready to take on the day and obviously make this world a better place through your positivity and your love. Good morning to you, to each and everyone that's on here. Welcome to the Journey 246. Our walk this morning, we talk a little bit more about that. However, we want to say our serenity prayer at this stage again because we want to start off in a couple of minutes, but we want to start off in peace and serenity. So hope you will join us as we do so. All others will be back to you in a few moments' time. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Good morning to all of those daybreak and serenity seekers. Good morning to each and every one of you all. Just before we start off this morning, let you see lots coming on splendidly. So we're almost in form. I know it was impossible for you all to think I could get more handsome, but I have done so. Anyhow, enough of my old self time this morning. I will look at that later on and pause it all day long and reflect on how amazing I am. Good morning to each and every one of you all, and thank you for joining us this morning. You're walking step by step with us. Our walk today, or our morning stroll, is concentrated in the Sandy Lane area. We met a couple the other day after we finished our live vlog of Paynes Bay, who were looking to get to Sandy Lane, asking about how to get here and how difficult it was and stuff. I told them don't even risk it. The elderly couple, it's not that they may not be able to physically do it, but they had a lot of stuff with them and they would certainly have got wet. So this morning, what we thought we would do is we would approach Sandy Lane and basically show you both routes of Sandy Lane. It can be challenging. I don't even know what it's like because we haven't been on here for a few months now. But last time we came here, this section here, there was no sand at all going around the corner. So as we had mentioned, the sand is now getting swept back up to this section or to the south of the beaches. So hopefully we'll be able to get from this side. I don't know what the other side will look like, but you will have a chance in a few moments' time. Good morning to all of those who have been talking about the Sandy Lane on that vlog as well. We're going to give you an opportunity to see that this morning. Hopefully we'll see how we're being challenged as we go forward. It is, I don't know the time. I can't tell you, I don't wear a watch. I honestly don't wear a watch. The only time I know what day it is, it would be obviously Q day. I always remember a Thursday without a doubt. Actually, I remember every day, but I have to look it up in the morning because I don't know what day we're on. I certainly don't know what time. This journey is all about the movement, peaceful movement of peace, without any kind of outside influences as to how we move. We're moving as we want and enjoying ourselves. This is recently done, just a little while ago. It's now finishing completion. As you can see, we have a for sale sign up. We'll show you that in a minute in case you're interested in purchasing one of these beautiful condos here. These are absolutely beautiful. As you can see, bottom and top, I guess bedroom up top, living area down bottom, quite beautiful. If you are interested in finding out more about it, this would be the information that you would seek to get those numbers and stuff. This is what you would probably need. All right, we're gonna walk on now. As I said, our journey basically influenced by the couple that we met. We haven't done Sandy Lane for a while. We wanted to do it because we know that hundreds of truckloads of sand was dropped at Sandy Lane over the last, around Christmas time, etc. We saw that when we were in Long Island and we were looking to see what was going on in Barbados, and we're talking about having all the sand brought down. So we're gonna have a look up here, see what it's like, bring that to you, but we don't want to jump the gun. We were making our way across here. You would remember years ago, well, we came on the public entrance just over to the north of where we presently are. It's opposite Sandy Crest Medical Center. That's where we came through. That's where we're opting to take this walk from this morning, just in case you were wondering how you would get to this point, in case you've never been to Barbados. Look up for Sandy Crest Medical Center, and we're directly opposite there, the public thoroughfare. Years ago, this was quite a nice beach down here. This is where the Jolly Rods used to come. They have their wreck off of this area here. It's where Jolly Rods used to snorkel. So the place that's a little bit familiar to you. This is that location. I'm sure many of you that reached here at this time on Jolly Roger don't remember much about it. This is the snorkeling area here. This is where you would have snorkeled on that wreck itself. If you are snorkeling enthusiasts and stuff, all of these surge bars. You're going to call these surge bars. They don't need correct terminology for them, but they're to basically stop the surge from coming in and pulling the sand out. Doesn't work off a south swell as we were seeing with Barrel. These are obviously directed for the northerly swells, which are experienced every year, sometime between November and March usually. You would get the northerly swells coming in. So this is sort of like to protect that. Barrel came from the opposite direction and caused absolute havoc because there's really nothing set up to protect the beaches with a southerly swell. So anyhow, we're going to walk on. But if you are a snorkeling enthusiast, these here, fish colonies on here like crazy. Very active area for snorkeling. If you go a little bit further to the north as you're coming up to the Sunset Crest Beach Club, just before you get there where used to be the Chafette, at one time, going back before that, the go-kart track, etc., you will find some beautiful maze-style coral out there that you can do some snorkeling in. You actually snorkel in the actual areas that have sand bottom, but between coral masses, so it's quite interesting. If you do it at low tide, remember where you swim into, you probably would not be able to get out unless you go back the same direction, because there's really nobody who can come over that reef. It's very, very shallow at very low tide, so be careful of that. You'll also find surge bars like this here in Old Town area, Old Town Beach. Down there has turtles, tarpon, stingrays. All of them are fed daily by the fishermen, so they come there, and that's where is the most popular turtle stock right now. And then you'll find more surge bars as you go further down north. If you get especially down in Haywoods area, a lot of them very close to the beach. You can go out and do some snorkeling, so you don't have to have a lot of experience to snorkel these surge bars. Generally out here we'll have no kind of swell really at all, or current, like in the normal times, unless it's a cold front. However, we are getting a lap swell or surge that's coming in from an easterly swell, a quite large easterly swell. Because of the winds and stuff, it's lapping and coming in, so you're getting a surge down here. When we came here last time, we couldn't walk this section. We actually brought you from the southern side, and the only reason we couldn't walk here is because we had our camera equipment. Remember, we move a camera equipment. It's not that you can't make it, but you can't make it with equipment to keep it dry. However, the sand has built up. We went to that point out there and stood on that groin and looked down this direction. That's just sometime around September or so, or October last year, when we were talking about the Barrel influences and how the beaches were coming back. Remember, you can go into our YouTube channel. We have some playlists put up there for you. One is the 2024 hurricane season. That's where you will see the first impact right after Barrel, within days of Barrel itself, where we did the south and the west coast. You can have a look at the devastation there. You can then watch later on as we have beaches updates, which will have these same general areas as they start to rebuild, and people have been asking about what it's like in that area. I'm just going to tighten up the shoe because we're going to be going into some water in a minute, and I want to just tighten it up. So I'm going to leave you here for a second. Actually, let me leave you this way for a second. Let you view this direction until they finish up. I'll be back to you in a moment. Alright, that's the end of your silence. So, here we go again. Alright, so as I said before, said just now, this happens yearly. Every year we get a movement of sand. When the summer comes around, the general movement of swell direction, unless it's influenced by a hurricane, swells and currents is coming off the south, but it's a lot gentler than what Barrel was, obviously. So this sand may shift back down into that area down there. So you can come down here. Remember, it varies. You can go back and look at our vlogs prior to Barrel, and you will see as well that we've come here and we've gone through in waist deep of water, and other times we've walked around the sand such as this. So this kind of movement is pretty natural. However, Barrel did a lot of unbelievable movements, huge powers and stuff. You will see that as we are going along. Alright, so as the west coast is bringing the sand back in, you're going to get a lot of these little rocks and pebbles and stuff. You normally will find them in this area, but not as much as this area. This is a big build-up. This is obviously because of the movement of the big north swells we've had and stuff have pushed them up here in a heap. You got to be careful when you're walking across this kind of surface. These are loose rocks, so they will slide on you. So just be very, very careful. This one, run up these things. I know you're saying, Nicholas, I'm not an idiot. I'm an adult and I'm watching this here, but trust me, I have fallen here, and I'm an adult, and I am certainly not an idiot. I may be a fool, but I'm not an idiot. So, you understand, you've got to be careful. These large ones out here, even more deadly. They're all flat, sitting on top of each other. So just be wary when you're walking across these here. You need beach shoes for this kind of walk. You can walk across here barefoot. Our surfologist, psychologist, he will run across here barefoot, but he got a hard foot like a Bajan. And if he is going to become a Bajan, a full-time Bajan, and become a Bajan, I would have to say it started at his feet, because his feet hard. He runs down Maycott's Bay when he got put on my hiking boots and stuff. Alright, so this area here we had stopped last time. We walked out on the rocks there and we showed you the northerly direction from there, because all that sand there was gone, and that was about waist deep of water with a surge coming back off the actual wall. We may experience that later on as we get a little further up, but we'll see how that goes. Bali High, I know that if we have someone that I also call a warrior on here, they will be looking at this property this morning. Just for those who have never understood what this roof structure was about. Coming up to the Olympics, this is where I was practicing my snow skiing. There's no snow in Barbados, you can appreciate, so we ran, I was skiing down here just to get accustomed to the downhill ski and stuff. So that's why that roof was built that way. Preparations for the Olympics, everybody will help me, that's for sure. Directly in front, Club Barbados. You see DV Whole Town. This is when DV still owns heritage, not functional, but this is where DV used to be. It's now known as Club Barbados. You will know from the years of walking beaches with us and over the years that this had a massive beach. You also know about the West Coast having a major problem, and a restoration project was put in place which has helped not just only save the remaining beaches, but has also helped to build beaches along the West Coast. So kudos again to whoever came up with the West Coast Restoration Project. You saved this coastline, because if you had not put down these groins, half of the beaches that we're presently walking on in this whole town area will be gone for sure. So this is the route you will have to use if you're going to Sandy Lane. So determine if this is an obstacle course that you're willing to undertake. Well, this is the northern route. We hopefully will be able to show you southern route if we can make it right through. It's going to be a long vlog, so settle in, get your coffee, get your sweet bread, whatever you're going to have for breakfast this morning. Settle in, relax with us. If you have time, come and walk with us. This is going to take you step by step. We do not cut our videos. We do not edit them. We leave them to play. If you find situations of where I say things that are completely outlandish and absolutely crazy, well, understand, they're life. That is how we are. You are living the journey, our journey with us through our eyes, living Barbados' beauty through our eyes, and therefore we don't want to try and change anything. This is who we are. You're seeing real life in Barbados, our real life in Barbados, and lives of others that we come in contact with. So you have an opportunity to experience Barbados this morning when you go to work. If you are going to work today, if you're calling a friend later, let them know you woke up in Barbados this morning, that you took a stroll on the beaches in Barbados, coming with the sunrise. Sunrise still coming. We had a few showers this morning, but we won't be seeing that from the West Coast. You don't see a sunrise in you don't see a sunrise in the West Coast. You see a daybreak. Sunrise can't be seen from anywhere really in the West Coast unless you're in Spikestone. You're looking up through the valley and you're still in the drainage valley, but you're still not going to see the sun rising. Port Ferdinand's Bridge is another place to watch it. It's beautiful. It starts to wake up all of the lighting of the structures in Port Ferdinand, and also glow coming up over the hill, but again, you don't see the sunrise. Alright, so this area here, this sign here pretty much tells you what it is. This is they're giving us public access to walk from here across through the property. Obviously you don't want to be loitering here or hanging about. We won't put the cameras in the rooms. We would sort of keep them a little bit onto the pathway and into the ocean, so that we don't go and disturb anyone that might be awakening this morning. But as you know, the property here has been given to us to walk through, but you don't stop, you don't sit. You can come here, walk by, just use it as a thoroughfare, okay? Don't hang out here. If you're coming for a swim, I don't know why you would hang out here, because there's really not much swimming here unless you're going to the other side, but you will see why this place is so fortunate to be located where it is in a couple of moments time, because there is swimming on the other side of this place here. All coral bottom, really no sand. You actually came down here once before and we were actually told we couldn't walk through here, which was incorrect, because we followed that up later on with the company's management. They told us, no, you can certainly walk through, thoroughfare is fine. So we had that situation, but we did come on in reverse, come through the sea, and we walked through there. And you would have remembered, if you did watch with us, waist to chest deep walking through this water to get down here. So if it wasn't for the kindness of Club Barbados for us to be able to walk through here, we would actually have to stop this video and you know, walk through the water, or not come this way for sure. So the club is now fully functional, fully back open. Although they don't have the actual beachfront, they've created a beachfront up here for you, so you can come and enjoy yourself. They have all the facilities, and as you will see in a couple of moments when we're going to the south, you will see where you can also go and swim in the beach. Good morning to everyone. We're not turning the camera there because we know you might be conscious, but we want to share our love and say good morning to everybody. All right, have a good day, okay? Okay, see you later. All right, so if you are staying in a club, you have all these beautiful facilities. So when you look and say, well, there's no beach here, Nick, it has been recreated here for you on dry land. So you can sit up here, relax up here, and watch the beautiful ocean and all the catamarans going by, because it's a beautiful area to watch catamarans going by. Or you can walk in the direction we're going in, and we'll show you the beach up there. How are you going this morning, sir? Good morning to you. Welcome to Barbados.
Lovely morning.
Thanks, man. Thank you. All right, so onward we shall go. Just pay our respects as we go, but obviously, because we're only using this thoroughfare as a passing through, we don't want to be putting it on camera on too many people. Trying to be conscious wherever we can. Someone smiles too long, well, you know we go in their direction. All right, so if you are staying at the club, beach gone. Your fears of staying here, if you have never seen this place, or if you're coming very soon and don't know what it's like, we're going to remove them for you right now about swimming in the sea and the beach conditions. Because of the movement of sand areas, as we saw before, we're seeing sand on it again, which is great. Again, as we said, it's seasonal. It's not something that has only happened this year. Movement of sand always happens. Sometimes you will come down here, there's no beach where we're about to walk now. No beach at all. You walk through, maybe about ankle deep or knee deep of water to get wrung into Sandy Lane Bay. So this way, I would say, very easy to access at this present time. How it will be in another few weeks' time when the swells change and everything changes, I am not too sure. Hopefully we'll be able to update you again. However, at the moment, you can see you can quite comfortably, easily get to Sand Lane the way we have come, except for a few obstacles in the beginning. Again, we just letting you see the mentions here and the things that are warning you about. They're warning you about the dangers of walking conditions here. Now, this is because here will normally have no sand. Not normally, on occasions. I don't say normally because that makes it sound so. Most of the time it has no sand. On occasions, this will have no sand here at all. If you risk to walk across this section here, that moss will introduce your pants to the flora. In other words, you're going to pop you know what. So you be careful of that moss. That moss is not easy. And you also get it building on these steps as well too. However, due to the pass of barrel, all of these railings and the steps have basically been redone and made safer and better. They definitely look more enhanced than the last time we came down here for sure. All right, so right now, no limitations in walking in this way really. Nothing that's of a concern. We are at absolute low tide. We chose this morning for low tide. However, I will mention this is what I would term as a high-low. That sounds absolutely insane. But right now, the low tide that we have around full moon times, this would be the high tide. Low tide would be way further back. If you look at the tide charts, you will see that right now we're at a very high low. So that's going to happen. Usually daytime lows are usually higher than the nighttime lows, as in higher tide. However, if you check the wave charts, you can time your walks and do these kind of things pretty easily. A lot of renovations going on here. We know last time we passed here as well, we saw the villas inside here. I'm not sure exactly what is going on, how much is being done. But have a look at the fence on top, that wall on top of there. Somewhere you don't really want to go in. You don't want to go in anyone's place anyhow, but that's somewhere you don't even want to sit in the wall for sure. They call this the Pink Beach. We have seen pink sand all over this island. At the Crane, Accra Beach, Miami Beach, Enterprise Beach. We've seen pink sand. It all depends on the overhead clouds, the contrast, the tones, and the lighting. So when you see pink sand, you may not always see it. You come and visit Sandy Lane sometimes and you're not going to see it looking pinky. It all depends. This morning it's beginning to look pink already. It's looking absolutely beautiful. As you can see, this is one of the most beautiful bays on the island. However, it suffered tremendously in Barrel's time. Please go back and have a look at our hurricane season 2024 in our YouTube playlist, and also the beach updates after that, where we had done a walk as well after that. However, that will give you an understanding of the devastation and stuff, and that will remove the talk, hopefully, of people saying that we were not hit by Hurricane Beryl. No, we were not directly hit because it didn't pass over us, but we had absolutely the worst sea conditions. It was in a prime location to generate the biggest possible swells before hitting land, and that is what we took, and that's why we took all the damage that we did. This property is huge. I don't know if it's an assortment of villas in this section here. There are quite a few buildings in here, or if it's owned by one and then let's use as guest rooms or something. But this is a massive, massive property for sure. The canter on the angle of the sand, really good. This beach is looking as I would call a normal sandy lane beach. This is how I would say majority of the time you will find sandy lane. It's getting to this beach that will change dramatically over time. We've also seen sand way out to the end of this little groin here as well. Dry sand in low tide. So again, as I said, this is in low tide. Woo! All right, there you go. What a beautiful little rainbow. You know, we're always blessed with little extra features on our journeys. You know, it's amazing, quite amazing. You start off, you say, well, I went there already. And then something happens or someone comes into the story that you were supposed to have met on that occasion. It always makes a difference. No matter how many times you walk with us, you will always see something different, even if you've been to that location numerous times. We have walkers on here that have walked with us from the very beginning, missing maybe a handful of walks because they love serenity and peace and beach and sunrises and walking in the morning. So you will find some people have been on here and have missed maybe 10 in 4 years. And that would be in a big case scenario. Not a lot of people have those kind of counts, but there are quite a few people that do. All right, this villa I love a lot. Not only is it a nice low-rise villa, I'll elevate slightly, but I won't go any closer to the wall. But it also has all the outside bar area here as well, sitting area. It has its pool, as you can obviously see, and some amazing grounds up here. A lovely, lovely view. I love how every top floor has this overhanging gallery. So you will probably get sun from maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock onward. Whereas mostly places on the west coast that don't have that inset gallery, you're going to get sun from around 2 o'clock onward. So that is a nice, nice feature for here. Also, a nice feature as well is this lattice where it drops. All these are individual sections. So if anyone is sitting on the inside in the chairs, you can see just behind here, they can drop these here and look over the wall, still have their privacy, but enjoy the view as well. So that is a nice feature. I'm not sure. I really don't know much about this. All I can say is that this is probably the only place in the island that you will see this. I mean, with the actual rope and the actual surroundings and stuff. I can appreciate that they have a lot of people staying in this condo here for sure, or this villa, not condo. So this area would be like sort of like roped off for their facility. I don't know how much grounds they have to rope off, and I'm not going to get into that. All I'm going to say is it's roped off, and this area will be kept for the people in that villa. Remember, we're not about controversy and stuff, but we certainly will bring things to light that we see, and we will leave it out there for you to address it if you think it's something that needs addressing. But what we're doing is we're bringing to show you the beauty of Barbados, and hopefully the beauty of the Barbadian people. Village rentals up here. Good morning, sir. How are you going? I just want to show folks your sign so people can rent. That's okay with you? Beautiful, man. Thanks very much, man. You're blessed this morning? Beautiful, man. All right, so we're going to walk up here. Tell you a little bit more about the luxuries. Just want to show you the signage here. So in case you're interested in doing some rentals in this immediate area, this would be that sign. You could always give them a call, have a look and see what the value of it is and stuff, and see what comes with it, because I can tell you everything comes with it. These chairs will be serviced throughout the day by either kitchen or bar personnel. They will make sure and come out here all day long and service the folks out here with refreshments and bring snacks if they want. And if you want something heavy to eat, you can see they have all the facilities you can sit and enjoy and relax. We're going to move a little way off of this hedge. We hope this is clear. I don't have any reference to tell whether it's clear or not at the moment. So I know that my wife, good morning, Jeannette. You know, every time I talk about you, my wife, and I don't say a special good morning to you, a special good morning to you. I love you with all my heart. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. I know you're very busy today getting things together. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to welcoming you back home, as is everyone else that has been asking and sending their love for you and sending prayers for you. All right, beautiful. We're going to give you a 360 in a few minutes, but I want to make sure we get somewhere that we may not have. Whoa, look at the villa from here. That is a serious looking villa. It looks like some aluminum in the roof. I'm not too sure. Aluminum bars, and you know, that left to be seen. I'm not sure exactly what's there. I'm not going back up there now. But this is the kind of luxury that you will have if you stay in one of these villas here. Staying in these villas here, I can't even tell you price. I won't begin to speculate or guess on it. You have a look. I'm sure your jaw will drop when you see it. But these are the kind of luxuries or facilities you will get. Remember, a lot of these things here may be tax write-offs of people, you know. So it's a possibility that some people that stay here, it's just a matter of a tax write-off basically. But what a beautiful touch right off. So, all right, see, great bush line this beach. Gives great privacy for the location behind, holds the sand in place. Very, very pretty when you're watching ornamental fruit. Ornamental means you do not eat them. Some people say they taste good. Some people say they have terrific health benefits, etc., etc. I guess they could be right, but it's not something that I enjoy. I don't like to eat things that I don't enjoy. Like when I was sick, I didn't like to take Buckley's. Not well. I shouldn't say that. I used to drink a bottle of Buckley's like it was a rum and coke. So, but it's not a flavor that I really enjoyed, nor is it great. All right, we're walking underneath a manchineel tree here. Please take note of these trees before you come to Barbados. Look up what a manchineel is, because manchineel is known as the most dangerous tree in the world. That's not in Nick's encyclopedia. That is Google, Bing, anything you check. Manchineel is noted as the most dangerous tree in the world. Why is it noted as the most dangerous tree in the world? I know most of you say, Nicholas, I already know. There's some people who are going to come across this video that will not have known what the manchineel is exactly, and therefore we're going to make sure and treat this here as though you're new to the island. All right, a manchineel tree basically has a sap in it that will blister you in any form or fashion. If you stand under the shelter here when the rain is falling, are there any broken parts on the branch itself or on the bark, if any sap comes off in the water, you're going to get blistered. If you come on the beach and you find these yellow apples, especially when it starts turning reddish or brown, do not put your towel, in fact, don't put your towel on them, period. Rake them away with a stick. Now, I will pick that up because I am a superhuman being, but I may get 2 blisters on my finger later, so we're going to avoid that. But this looks like a miniature apple. Believe it or not, there are people who have come to Barbados, especially cruise ship passengers, that have come to the West Coast and have tried to eat these here thinking they would taste great. Well, they will rush to medical emergency services immediately because this here will burn your insides out. So if you lie on this here with a towel and scuff your skin, the ooze that comes through will saturate the towel and will blister you. If you go under here when it's raining, same thing. If you go leaning up on these here and putting your hand on these here as you're making a way around as we get further up, you may have to do that if you're not too stable. You can get blistered from the bark itself. Why are they allowing poisonous trees in Barbados? Because there are mangrove trees. They hold sand in place. They have saved this west coast numerous times. However, a lot of them have gone down over a period of time because the actual sand and soil they're growing in has been washed away. So a lot of them have actually fallen or have been cut down for safety reasons. But the manchineel tree is a tremendous property holding sand. It really holds sand and it can grow in some extreme conditions. Even when you see it's coming around its actual base itself, it will still continue to thrive. Morning tide is getting a little bit lower. It's looking even more beautiful now for sure. All right, behind here you'll find the Sandlane Villa, etc. Have a look at that price if you want to just be like mind blown. And then we have the Sandlane proper hotel itself. Remember, this is not the original Sandlane structure. Years ago it was demolished and rebuilt. This is what we would term as the new one. New, not as in last week or last year or the year before that, but new as in comparison to this island. All right, on the outside, only one raft out today. Generally there are 2. Both of them will be covered with different style carpet color. The pink one relates to the actual floating jetty for the Sandy Lane guests. The blue one are for the villa owners, which will show you that in a minute. 2 separate things along this section here. We'll show you them in a minute. Again, see great bush, perfect for hedging. Absolutely beautiful, great privacy and grow under any kind of condition. Again, another major holder of sand in the island. A lot of people prefer these here to the coconut tree. Coconut tree has long, shallow roots that spread for a long distance, trapping turtles, etc. These tend not to have that, so a lot of people tend to prefer to go for the sea grape now as a beach holder. Coconut trees are very tropical though. When you see coconut trees, it brings, like for example, that grove in the center there. Without those coconut trees there, this would be beautiful, but that gives it the tropical feeling, a real true tropical feeling. Sandy Lane. I haven't been in this new structure. I went in the old one quite a few times. I had some rich friends. Notice the word had. So I've been here a few times, but I haven't been here since I have redone it. So if anyone wants to share anything on it, I know you can come here for afternoon tea in case you're unable to make the walk that we're taking today, either from the north or the south. You can book an afternoon tea at Sandy Lane and come and sit at Sandy Lane and relax. That is something that a lot of our family does because they're unable to actually get to this beach and they want to see what the beach is like. And also, I understand it has an amazing feeling to sit here and sip tea in the afternoon watching sunset. So that's something you all can consider. I really don't know the costs or anything like that. All right, chairs are always taken up and put back down every morning. So that's one beach that complies with what the Turtle Project in Barbados asks for. And that's to remove all beach chairs from the beach. The turtles have a free flow and then they're brought back down in the morning. So you can see the crew are beginning to set up their umbrellas and their chairs now, getting ready for a busy day. All right, if you go back, again, please, we encourage it, 2024 hurricane season, and have a look at our playlist. You will see that they couldn't even get chairs on this beach unless we're right up with the wall. There was literally no beach here at all. There was no sand where we were walking. It was all underwater. So have a look at that. You will see what drastic things have happened here. As we said, there are usually 2 floating rafts. You can see this one here is colored in pink. That defines it as for the guests of Sandy Lane. And then the blue one that's usually put out. The other buoy there that you're seeing, that is for the beach, the actual property owners. But beautiful. Fellas working hard. Morning, fellas. Blessings to you all, man. All right, then enjoy the day, right? Have a good one. I'll put in a smile on here. I come up, speak to you. Because we sharing Bajan love. So you are a part of that this morning for sure. What going on, man? I know some of your team out here, man, but I don't see them today. Can't remember. Funny name.
Funny name, Shaughnessy?
What going on, my brother? You good?
Yes, everything good.
Man, bless it. What's his name?
Arantes.
Okay, man. Good to see you, man. So we're just showing people how it's easier to access Sandy Lane from the north right now. Well, actually, we're showing them how it is right now, north and south. And we want to pass here and give you all fellas kudos because a lot of people pass this beach say, oh, that's a nice hotel. They don't realize that the beautification starts right here on the beach. Right here. All right, my brother. Morning. Respect and blessings, man. Keep doing your thing, right? Ambassador, man. My brother, you good? I send my greetings way over there for actually, let me touch your hand, man. You get some energy because we really like to do energy and love through touch. Respect, man. You good? Yeah. Call the Journey 246. Have a look and see what we do, all right? All right, man. Take care and have a good day, all right? Cool, man, cool. All right, so that's what we like to do. As you know, we like to talk to our Bajans and get everyone on track with what we're doing. That's promoting love and peace and happiness. We want to show you why Barbados is chosen over all the other destinations by thousands of people who return here year after year after year, 30, 40 years, never been anywhere else. So we're showing you the reason why, and that's because of the love and kindness to the Bajan people. Of course, this is beautiful. No one is not going to tell you that this is not stunning. Absolutely amazing. And when you come to Barbados, you're going to love a beach like this or any of the beaches in Barbados. But see, Barbadian people, man, that's the true magic. The true magic and true beauty is in Barbados people. And hopefully that will always remain that way. We're going to make sure that we do our part or play our part to make sure the love spreads from here and that people understand what Barbados has to offer besides sand, sea and sun. New decking, that it looks like it's a little further out than where it was prior to the actual barrels passing. I'm not too sure. What's up, brother? Man, you're strong, man. I come over and pay my respects. Man, let me go over there and touch your hand, man. What's going on, man? You good? Man, we sharing love as always, right? And you know how we do it? Through handshakes and touches, right? Respect, brother. All right, cool, man. Beautiful. All right, so you see another Bajan hospitality here showing you why Barbados is what Barbados is. Known for the friendliest people in the world. Beautiful rooms, all in set well back. Most of them have the mahogany tree shade, so these folks will not get any sun in there, or any major sun, direct sun, in their gallery area until late evening as it starts to come underneath the trees around 5 o'clock or 5:30 or so. Of course, that's going to vary depending on the time of year because at certain times of year, 5:30 or so is pitch black. So that is only a statement of time to let you understand that just prior to sunset, that's when the sun will get on these. Otherwise, that beautifully shaded, that is a lovely feature actually because the West Coast sun, severe and intense in the evening time. Anybody who comes to West Coast will tell you that's the time that this is prior obviously to sunset when everybody wants you on the beach. That's the time that you usually step back a little bit in the shade. Umbrellas start to get a real funny shading off of them, and therefore you start to move your chair a lot to get under the shade if you've had an intense day of sun, obviously protecting yourself. Water sports facilities just over here. Again, we're going to do a little bit more on it. We talk a little bit more. All of these trees that you're seeing here on the beach, coconut trees, every one of those trees had all of the root structures showing. They were actually being propped up by support bars when barrels passed. They had up bars holding them in place so they didn't actually lose the tree because all this beach, literally speaking, all this beach was gone. So the angle you're seeing here, there was no angle, it was flat. You came straight down 10 feet, at least 10 feet, 8 to 10 feet, flat, right down, right into the water. So any swell, any surge, anything that was coming in, kept on hitting around the trees and trying to disroot them, so to unroot them. So they're being put back. As you can see, tons of sand has been dropped here. Beach has been beautifully leveled up. I see a lot of grinds as well laid under here. I can't remember if they were here when the sand moved, but I would imagine that they would probably have protected the beach a little bit more after that movement of sand for Barrel. Water sports facility. Even that looks amazingly fresh and nice for sure. So you can actually see the original mound on this beach from Barrel. This is where you would have stepped off 8 to 10 feet. If you doubt me, you can go back and look at our videos. They're right there in the archives. Have a look at them. But there was no beach, no sand from here. When I say no sand, there was sand, but it was level. There was no actual strength in this beach. It didn't come off an angle. It was just flat. So all the sea that came in would have hit the actual mounds that were here. So you can understand the reason why Sandy Lane would have so desperately put tons and tons and tons of sand on this beach to try and bring this beach back as quick as possible. So that's it. Swell breaking on the, I would have to say, the famous Sandy Lane left. That little swell you saw on the reef just now, that would be Sandy Lane left. That is one of the breaks that people will fight to get through what you're seeing us walk through. These conditions are good. You can have a look at other conditions before and you will see what people fight to get to this break for, why it is so popular. It's sort of like renowned to have some of the best lefts on the island. Without a doubt, one of the most talked about breaks on the west coast for sure. We talked just now about the pinks and the blues, about the difference between the actual hotel and the property owners or villa owners. These would be Sand Lane property owners who would have access to these facilities. They will drive into through the main gate, turn left, come down the hill and park on the other side of this here. I remember at one time when we started to surf, or even a little later than that, a little few years into surfing, we used to be able to drive into Sandy Lane. Sand Lane was closed, by the way. You used to be able to drive into Sand Lane, down the hill, and park behind here and come and surf. Those days obviously are gone now again. We've reopened and everything is back to how it was. Property owners, they said, utilize this property here, and their raft would generally be out in that buoy area where you see that big buoy, in that general area there, and it would be blue. I can see it actually further out to sea. If you look just beyond, you'll see it way out there, stationed offshore as well. Beautifully manicured beach this morning. It looks lovely. So we don't really want to walk through it too much, but we're going to go down onto the lower section now onto the sand, wet sand, make our way up and show you what the other side of Sandy Lane looks like. If you're interested in getting to this beach, you will see what the conditions are, as we said before. If you're tuning in right now, and you're hearing this conversation, it is the Journey 246. I am talking to myself. I know that you're here with me though. Thankfully, with the live vlogs, we can see how many people are with us. It matters not really the numbers of how many are here. We just are happy to see if one person is here, because we believe that bringing serenity, peace, and sharing love, there are a lot of people who are desperately seeking that, and the ones who need it will be here. The ones who need this here as their therapy would have subscribed to our channel and would have activated our alerts so that anytime we come on live, they will have the opportunity of coming to Barbados and experience Barbados live, whether it's a beach walk, whether it's community, whether it is a community event, whether it is a bar or a band, whatever the situation is, they will come on, because generally this is how we do all of our videos and vlogs, not just the live vlogs, all of our videos as well. We talk, I talk, we say that before Jeannette comes on here and says, who is we? That is the royal we, but we talk continuously because we are carrying on a conversation with you. We're bringing you to Barbados. We're not bringing you to show you Barbados or highlights of Barbados. We're bringing you here in conversation. We want you to feel as though you're actually walking on this stretch of beach with us, and therefore what we do is we try to talk as though you're right here. We try to let you know that we feel your spirit, we feel your energy, and we definitely feel your love. So this is what we call a 360. Circle of love would have been done in silence. This would have been done through conversation. I'll give you a couple of seconds with these glows and stuff that are beginning to wake up here in this bay. I'm going to take you right down to ground level. Welcome to the serenity and the peace of Sandy Lane Bay. stunning bay. You can hear the wind possibly, you can see the trees moving a little bit. We just had a little puff of wind. That's the high pressure system that I was mentioning. It's blowing the swells around. Remember, the surfing competition is going on in Barbados right now. It's a WSL 5,000 points competition. Surf Pro, BTMI Surf Pro. We also have the Xander Junior Pro-Am, which is going on as well. So if you're in Barbados, Soup Bowl is the place to go and sit down, relax, and watch you guys shredding the waves. That's the art of harnessing the ocean's power and creating it like an artist, painting it on your own canvas. That's what these guys are going to be doing. If you're in the island over this coming weekend, please come and join us at Soup Bowl. It is our intention to be there over the weekend. Can't tell you all of the weekend. It would be is our intention, but it may not be realistic. But we will certainly try to be there as often as possible, and we will be there. Very easy to find. The biggest, well, in the past, and I'm sure it probably will be the same, the biggest broken trident flag that's going to be flying at Soup Bowl will be where we're sitting, whether it be in the gallery or our pavilion known as the War Wagon Pavilion, or if it's on the beach, you can find us. We fly our flag whenever we go to events such as that, because Barbados is who we represent. We are elements of Barbados. I say we because the lady that I married may not have been born in Barbados, but her family treat Barbados as their home. You will find broken tridents at their home. You will find their license plates indicating something about Barbados, because they're Bajans. They're Bajans with an accent, although we've been here over 30 years plus. So I have to say my wife is very much of a Bajan now, not only because of marriage, but because of her mentality. And the way that she brings the beauty of Barbados and the beauty of love to light. And I'm sure you all appreciate what she brings to the Journey 246 and to my life, of course. All right, so this is the non-break. I have surfed a couple of rights off of here. Probably the worst thing you can possibly do. When you surf the rights, you're actually going into a very shallow reef in that direction when you're surfing a right. And you're going to find yourself in a lot of problems, because the swells, when they're really big, can come in sort of like two different ways. One will be almost like in line with the just slightly to the left of the actual floating jetty over there. That's where they will break. You can see where they're building now, and then you can get the freak swell that will shift all up inside of here and hammer you if you've taken a right. So lefts mainly. Please do not get sort of like complacent looking at the placidness of this coast. This, along with many of the coastlines, have a dreaded shore break whenever there's a big swell. The south coast has it as well, but the west coast gives you a hammering that you will never believe, and you're getting hammered into what you will call the step off or the actual trough area. You're getting hammered into that. I have seen shore breaks where that floating jetty is right now, or that floating raft is right now. I have actually seen waves breaking there on a big day right across this bay. So understand, this place is very, very dangerous. Likewise, all the west coast. If you see a swell, please be careful. Do not become a statistic of Barbados in the wrong way. If you want to be a Bajan, come and live here, invest here, come back and return here, but please don't come down here and fool around in the oceans. We couldn't walk this here the last time. Well, no, we did. We climbed this here last time we came. Our very last report, a few months back, we would have come over all boulders here. No sand whatsoever. I mean, literally no sand. You would have seen no sand here. It would have been all coral reef and these massive boulders. These boulders are like 4 or 5 feet high in some of these here. They're buried very, very deep right now in the sand. But this whole area here was almost impossible to get across. As I said, we had to literally climb it. So far it's looking as though we might have a good walk at low tide from the north and from the south. We will check that in a few moments time. I'm going to give you a 180 right now so you can take in all these beautiful tones, reflections, the sort of like reflection of glare and also the reflections of shades. There we go. Yes, eh? Absolutely beautiful. Sorry to interrupt you all, but when someone speaks or looks this way or whatever, we need to pay respect. That's what we always do, so make sure and look around as well. And if we have to interrupt silence, well, so be it. It's all about sharing love. So as I said, we had a climb down here. You can have a look. I didn't do this here with Jeannette, this walk, because my fear of how it was last time, and as she's had recent surgery, I didn't want her to be challenged over the walks that she's gone on. So this is why this morning I came and did this. She said, Nick, I can't take on that kind of challenging stuff right now. I said, well, it's not a problem, baby. I'm going to come and do it this morning. And I'm going to show folks, because it has been a topic on many of the Facebook groups as Sandy Lane, access to Sandy Lane, etc. Some people have even had the, I would say, audacity to say it's a private beach, which it is certainly not a private beach. It is very hard to access it because there's no public access directly to the beach. But coming from the north and south at the moment, definitely accessible. And you can come into any beach in Barbados and lie down on it. It's not a private beach. If you have a boat or something, you can even moor it off of here, swim in and spend the day on the beach if you want. No one can really say anything. I wouldn't recommend you go above high water mark in front of any of the accommodations, because they are protected in that area. You wouldn't go and set up your umbrella and chair and thing. You don't want to feel uncomfortable and you don't want to cause confusions. I wouldn't recommend that. I would definitely recommend, if you are bringing your chair and stuff, find a spot that's not directly in front of the facility and put your beach chair if you can. All right, we take one more look again. Go back again. Our last walk through here, we actually had to leave our walk and go through by Beach Club because it was way too difficult to get to the northern side. When we got to Beach Club, as I said in our earlier vlog today, that the water over there was around chest deep and it was coming off with a surge, a rebound off of the wall, a backwash, and that was a problem, so we stopped. So you can see in that one how here had no sand whatsoever. I guess some of the dropping of sand as well on the beach up here is also maybe have come in this direction. However, the north swells, we knew this would happen. It's looking healthy again and beautiful. So again, we're going back a little bit now in time. 10 years ago, you could have walked around here, 10, 11 years, 15 years, somewhere in that frame. You could have walked around here on all sand. None of these boulders would have been in place. You would have walked on a sandy beach here. However, as the West Coast had a lot of major issues, they put some reinforced boulders in front of the property, but they also laid this beautiful boardwalk. So it's not that you can't get down here. This property owners have made sure that you have access from point A to point B along in front of their property, which is a beautiful thing to see. It is an amazing day. You want to see something that's even more amazing? Hi. Sorry. I have to put little intervals where I show myself because I know my wife is just hungry to see me. So, and all of my friends and all of my family in Long Island, they just want to see me. They don't even want to watch the beach. They don't even want to listen to the talk. They just want to see me. So I have to give them little pockets of opportunities to do so. So good morning to all those that are longing to see me. And those that are not, good morning to you as well. All right, so this section here, we've seen a lot of damage since they laid this here in the initial stages. We saw last time we came through here, huge amounts that had been eaten out under the rocks. See it come in, carved out all of the supporting area, and all the sand had basically dropped out. We could actually see water flowing through here. It's being refilled now, and I can definitely see they've done some more solid stuff here on the rocks to stop the penetration of water coming in. As you can clearly see, the concrete and stuff is being laid. So right now they've taken all the measures they basically can, but they've refilled this because this was all open here in different holes and chunks of sand that was missing. So that's a nice thing to see. As we always do when we come by this property, we like to show you it. So we don't go near it, we step off of it to show you, but you can get some glare in a minute. So upon your darker makers, if you're not sure what they are, some people call them shades. If you want a pair of proper darker makers, get in contact with Jeannette, give her some trouble, she will source some for you. I don't know at what cost, so but anyhow, here we go, darker makers on. We like to show you this property because of the way it's manicured. Absolutely stunning grounds. You could see all these security cameras and everything that are set up all around the property. Very heavy security on the West Coast properties. This is where you'll find the rich and famous living, not only here but all along the West Coast. It's known as the Platinum Coast. I knew it was the Gold Coast when I first started to do island tours. It somehow went into the Platinum Coast, so we can call it the Platinum Coast now. So we're moving with time. Alright, what you will also see is all those blinds around the entire gallery area there, on this side here, which is the west side, and on the north side, all pulled back. So on an afternoon or any time of day, that entire deck up there, which is huge, which has chairs, tables, loungers, etc. on it, that will all be open to viewing and stuff. And those curtains obviously are put up for the same thing we talked about, the intense westerly afternoon sun, and also for privacy as well, I guess, and when people are not actually there. But it's a lovely boardwalk around here. You can see there's nothing being challenging here. As I said, the only challenging thing we've had so far are the loose rocks at the very beginning of the walk. Good morning, how are you this morning? Okay, wonderful. I'm wonderful. You want to say hi to our friends all over the world? Greetings. You're a return visitor to the island.
I am, yes.
How many times have you been about?
3 years. Last
3 years? Part-time Bajan. You've graduated from a visitor to part-time Bajan. Welcome. Have you walked from Paynes Bay this morning?
No, just as far as the headland.
Right, and then it gets challenging.
Yes, a bit
Yeah, we're
challenging.
actually showing folks the different ways from the south, which is a lot easier,
Yeah.
and then from the north. Well, north, which is a lot easier, and then now we're going to the
Right.
south. So just let everybody see how easy it is to access it, you know? You have a blessed day, my friend. We're the Journey 246, all about love and peace.
What's it called?
It's called the Journey 246.
Yeah.
Our movement is about love and kindness and care and just showing people the beauty of Barbados, which lays in its people really, and also the scenic beauty.
Tell me
So
again then, what?
the Journey 246.
246.
Yes, please come and have a look. Huh?
will.
You're starting this morning. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. You have a good day, okay? Take care. All right, I do have on our electronic tap. However, at the moment, he doesn't have a cell phone in his hand, so can't give him. Yeah, Jeannette is bringing us way up into technology now, and also making sure we are on all the platforms. All right, so here we go. Old Gable. This is going to be all in this general area here under, look, see, I'm not exaggerating and I'm not trying to fool you or just picking one spot and telling you something. This is going to be all over here. This is soft wire. However, it does stick very, very hard, and most of it is going to be rusted. This would have been the original foundation or a gable that they would have put here before the wall, or to help save the wall. So there may be under here rocks as well. So this gable here, you've got to be careful with this kind of stuff. You can see it is rusty and it is fairly hard. It's not the softest of wires. So this is why we stress beach shoes. Now, beach shoes are not going to stop a metal spike from going your foot, but it will certainly stop it from going as far in, and it may only get a little stick rather than a hard juk, as we would say. So I recommend, as we always do, we recommend the beach shoes. Yesterday someone asked on our vlog day before of where do we get our beach shoes from. We put up a link up there. If you are curious, have a look at that, or I'll put up another link hopefully today in the community or something, let you see the beach shoes that we recommend. This is what we're talking about by storing rocks to protect the actual property itself. So these cages here that you're seeing with rocks in it start to break up, and they're all along here. So on the person that would be unsuspecting and walk in when the sand starts to build a little bit, some of these spikes could be sticking up just a little bit. You wouldn't even see them, but it's going to be on soft sand because it would be moving sand and fresh sand, and you would easily get stuck. These beach shoes that I have on will most definitely stop that from going in, or at least it will stop it. You will feel the resistance before it actually pierces and penetrates. We've seen so many different floating toys out here. We've seen these air rafts. We've also seen this area, a beautiful gazebo. Had roof on it, inflatable roof on it, columns on it, a deck to lie down on, a deck to sit in the shade. We've seen some beautiful stuff in this area. This is another area that you're going to find very posh villas. If you're coming down Sandy Lane, after you pass one Sandy Lane, just before you take the curve to go towards where they have a food truck, you know, right, there's a right turn that can take you up in the Sandy Lane properties itself. Up in the land side, you will see a road that goes off to your left. That's if you're coming from Bridgetown. That will bring you to all of these villas. These are really posh villas. Again, when Ashley, I used to surf at Ashley and Trot, etc. She used to do landscapes in these areas. We would sometimes come down here and access the surf. That's years and years ago. Lovely beach has rebuilt here. Again, last time we came through here, there was no dry sand here at all. You can see though from the root structure here on this manchineel tree, and also on the sea grape bush as well, you can see where the sand used to be. Now again, this is being going in stages. This is not something, I mean, Beryl did a big difference, but in stages now sand is being moving from around these tree trunks. So we'll show you later on the monk trees have actually fallen, but this will give you an understanding of what kind of surface has been lost in Barbados. When people tell me that Barbados has expanded and we're no longer 166 square miles, I got a laugh, because they tell me, well, we have the flour mill project, we have Oystons as reclaimed land, we have reclaimed land here. Yeah, but they haven't taken into consideration the amount of land that this island has lost in the same time that those places were being built. So I say 166 square miles, and if you see something different printed to that, you would know it is wrong. Because why? I have said it. All right, if Google or Bing tell you it's a different size, well, they're wrong. Take it from me. I'm the Bajan warrior. I don't tell lies or fabricate nothing. All right, so this is obviously not in English, but this is basically telling you about don't eat this fruit. cheese on bread. You almost saying, well, he's a bilingual. How could he read that? Because I am that gifted. But don't eat these fruit. We've already talked to you about the manchineel as well. I would have, no, it's only manchineel tree, so no, I know the Secret Police will watch this video at some time. So I think I should relocate the sign from off of the manchineel tree. I'll put it on the Secret bush. So, sorry. Yeah, there are people that I love, people that torment me every day, that keep me active and keep me busy. All right, again, all these pipe ins would have been covered. You would have seen this because of the actual ground, because they would have had mud and soil and everything all in front of this area here. All that was just shaved off by Beryl. You can actually see some of the areas where the soil was and where it's been eaten away. So none of these pipes you would have seen prior to Beryl. All this would be covered and landscaped as well. So you can see them as well in our videos, as we have done a lot in this area before, our videos and vlogs. Sand has built absolutely beautifully. What we had hoped for has happened. Sand has moved from the north, Beryl had pushed the north and has come back, has moved off of the outside reefs, because if you would pass here just after Beryl, you wouldn't have seen reef out here. It would have been all covered by sand, where the sand was pulled off onto the reef. A lot of it was shifted north, but a lot of it was just pulled away from the shore. So if you pass here at that time, you would have seen light trace of sand. Pockets of reef, of course, but all of the pockets in between the reef would have been filled in with sand. So it would look more like a beachy, sandy effect under here. However, as we all know, it has the same coral mass that we talked about yesterday, not yesterday, before, that a lot of the West Coast has as well. It's just over there. All in here mainly is coral. However, as you can see, there are areas of pockets of sand. What I do see missing as well too is the actual inflatable or water-filled groin that was here. There was a groin that was laid just off of this wall that used to go out into the water. I don't know who put it there or whatever, but it was filled with water, and that was sitting here for a very long time. What it used to do is depending on whether it was a south or north weather conditions, as in currents and tides, depending on the time of year, it used to hold sand either on this side or on the other side of the actual groin. I'm not sure where it's gone. I don't know if that was moved in Beryl. I would have to look back, because we did walk this after Beryl, or if it was damaged and it was removed because of Beryl and the damage that it incurred at that time. Thank you for joining us with the Journey 246. Please subscribe, turn on your notifications. That way we can have you accompanying us on our journeys as we walk. We're hoping today's transmission is clear. It should be, based on all of our last videos in these areas. However, we are hoping it is that way again today. Alright, so some of the places will have up these signs, some will not. Some will have the manchineel tree ringed in red, some will not. So this is the information here on the manchineel tree. You see basically everything we've said. They're talking about here, about not sheltering under it from the rain, do not eat or handle the actual berries itself, and berries can be poisonous. Yeah, well, they certainly will do some damage to you, even if they don't kill you. That's for sure. Alright, same inner reef that we were mentioning. Again, years ago, you wouldn't have seen this here. You wouldn't have seen these reefs on the west coast, because this would have been sand right out beyond it. However, over the years, we're seeing that change. I see someone here. Marlene, Joy. And again, Marlene, good morning to each and every one of you all. You froze on the screen. We don't generally see comments, so thank you for commenting enough that they have frozen. Normally comments will fly and go by. We are testing. You know, 2 years ago I started talking about this, and someone said, Nick, and that completely distracted me. Not that it distracted me for a bad reason, it distracted me from what I was saying. So I look back at the vlog and say, wait, hold on a minute, Nick, you do this a lot though. You're talking about things a lot, and then all of a sudden you get sidetracked and go on to something else. And generally I notice it's at the time when I'm speaking or someone has called, because our journey is about sharing love. So therefore priority is to talk to people that we come in contact with. Remember, who you meet today may not be a chance at all. It may be something that is supposed, not maybe, it will be something that's supposed to happen, because everything happens for a reason. So if you meet someone, don't waste the opportunity. Say hi to them, share your time with them. And please, don't pass and say good morning and be looking at the ground or looking around you. Try and look in people's eyes, as I'm looking at yours right now. Look in people's eyes and say good morning to them. And don't say, how are you going? And then look off and walk away, because that's a formality. All you're doing is making or trying to make yourself feel as though you have done something good. You are not doing something good by saying to someone, how are you going? And walk away or not look in the direction. Because you're really not generally interested. If not, you will stand there and ask the person and listen to what they have to say. And if you can, comfort them if you can. You know, this is what life is about. So if you see someone, spend some time with them. Don't waste it. Anyway, I almost got sidetracked again. We are testing some new software. You would have seen about 4 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, you would have seen us going live with testing. We are trying to get a good OBS software that we can put a widget on, so that we will be able to see all of the comments you're making, because at present, going directly through YouTube, we cannot see it because there's a time delay on YouTube, and therefore we don't get to see the comments until like after it's happened. And of course, if it's after it's happened, it's flowing across the screen because we're in a different location. So if you do see some testing going on, it's because we're trying to, again, we don't stay steady. We're trying to enhance what we're bringing to you in the best way that we can. All right, so all these are all fallen manchineel trees that have been cut off over time. We have seen them hanging right over here. It's been beautifully done since they have done the rebuilding of this area and reinforced this area. You would know they had a lot of construction that was going down between the public pathway between one sandy lane and the villa to the north of it. A lot of work has been going on in the beachfront area that we would not have seen before, but we're going to be seeing it now. All this area here, all this sand is new. It's healing. All this has come back in again to how it is supposed to be. All the trees that used to hang over here, that used to have to forward limbo or bend under or hold on to a manchineel tree, have all been taken down. The whole area has been beautified for sure. Lovely work. All the roots that were coming out and then embedding themselves further in the sand that would have tripped you up, or you had to go over or under, they've all been cut back. So kudos to all the work that's gone on out here. At least the public access to sandy lane now looks feasible. You're going to see one area we're going to have to go up and climb over, but that is accessible now. Thank goodness, because we won't be able to get there otherwise. All right, so that new software, as soon as we get that, we'll be running to that, because if we can get the overlay showing and we can see the comments and stuff, we'll be able to interact with you better. Of course, if my wife was here, she would be pointing out different things to me that people are saying that may need addressing, or people have asked questions that we can answer. Please, if you ask a question during lives, we don't get to read those until after, and there's no way of responding on the live to your question after. So we can see the question, but we can't respond to it at that time. It is a real-time scenario. All right, so all this is being rebuilt. This whole wall here, this is what the original wall looked like. They had trees behind it, etc., that were here. This wall was destroyed. This had a chain link fence that used to run across here. If you go back in the videos, just after Barrel, or even before that, you will see we used to have to, in high sea conditions, walk across this upper section here, climb across here, skittle across the chain link fence, we hold on to it, and then coming down and working our way. All this is new. All these armored rocks that have been laid here, the wall behind, all is new. As you can see where the old one was. So this is one property that has stayed within our marks, which we're very happy to see. A lot of them have, but this is just one of those. I didn't realize my hand was just blurring the screen, so sorry. Hopefully you haven't got any ghosts in or pixeling in or anything as such. All right, getting around here is the hazard coming from the south. You're seeing the hazard from the north. We've shown you that. We've shown you that you can make it. It's not something that you can't make. You can make it. But the thing is that you have to be careful. It depends on your stability and your balance, etc., as to whether you can make sandy lane, period. If you're very, very shaky, or you're having challenges with balance and stuff, I would recommend, or we would recommend, you take a catamaran cruise, or talk to one of the guys down in Whole Town. There are a lot of charter boats in Whole Town that will take you out snorkeling for turtles and stuff. Tell them you want to come and see Sandy Lane Beach, and they will happily bring you to Sandy Lane and let you spend some hours there and come back for you if necessary. It's sort of like a water taxi. Those guys in Whole Town right in front of camera, talk to any of those guys there and they'll be able to facilitate you. If you find a guy down there called Mark the Shark, we call him the mayor of Whole Town, he will happily do it for you. Mark's a great, great guy. Also has a great boat as well, along with all the other guys, but Mark's one name that comes to mind. So it's not that I'm sort of like picking out Mark. It's going to be a little challenging to get up on this higher elevation here, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to climb our way up, because as you can see, a lot of splashiness going on here, and I really don't want to get the camera wet. I got it wet day before yesterday when we were doing Paints Bay. Gave me a little bit of trouble. I had to go and put the hair dryer up inside the charging port and stuff. So to avoid that, we're going to do what we did in the past. We're going to go across the chain link fence and make our way across. Be careful though, people. Look, be careful. This is going to be in all the old walls that you're going to find where there's chain link fence on the west coast. This is going to be all over. So when you're walking on the higher elevations, even if you're on someone's like a walkway and stuff, just be careful, because this would have been cut and bent over just because they've replaced it up here, as you can see. But that is still sticking out, and that is most definitely a hazard and most definitely dangerous, along with stuff like this here, which you can find all over the place. So be careful, please. This is not only applying to West Coast, this also applies to the South Coast. South Coast also has a lot of gables as well that are exposed. West Coast, of course, is a much longer coastline and much more, I would say, beachfront work that's done on it than the South Coast. Whereas the South Coast has a lot of beaches and stuff. Down here, over the years, beaches are being depleted, so a lot of work goes on the actual shoreline. Moving of walls, moving back or forward, etc. Alright, so we made across here pretty comfortably. Just to let you know, this is stainless steel. I don't have to tell you what this may have entailed cost-wise. But if you saw the villa on the inside, the grounds on the inside of the villa, you understand this would really have been a very minor cost to them. But this is how we've had to climb up over the wall, come over the section. And the reasons we didn't come up here is because of the splashing. It's not that you can't step up, but it is going to be a good 3-foot step up. If as you can see, rocks are under it, so you've got to be careful if you're not sturdy. I recommend taking this route here, a whole on chain link fence. Actually, if you're not sturdy, I wouldn't recommend coming across here, period. They had manchineel trees right where we're walking now. Or they had a manchineel tree right where we're walking now. That has gone as well. You're seeing all the reinforced rocks and stuff that were laid here. So all those trucks you saw bringing rocks and stuff in were to replace and rebuild this area here of concern. We actually came, see this tree where it was, just so you will see that there was one here for sure. Also one on the other side there as well. They've been taken down, which is nice in a way, because the manchineel tree, as I said, is not the most safe tree around. I'll let this person just go through because we're not in a rush. Oh, you going, my brother? You good? Good, man. Respect, man. Respect, man. You want to shout out the world and space and love to the world?
Yeah.
Man.
Barbados.
What's your name, my brother?
Theo.
Theo. Man, it's a pleasure meeting you. Thanks for your energy and your love. Respect, man.
Respect,
You know, we can tell people you got beauty all over the world, but you don't have the beauty of the person that Bayesian person brings.
Yeah,
so
true.
respect, man. You have a lovely day, right? Blessings to you, brother. Cool, man. Yeah, absolutely. All right, this is another step down area, obviously for this villa itself. That is to the sea, but as you can see, it's really a step down. And a little one step down is a good step down, so you got to be careful. Also, you can see some grain of some moss as well, so you got to be really careful. Again, this is the way you would have to go if you want to get to Sandy Lane from the south side. I would say right now, coming from the north would be the easier direction to come from. The south is still a nice direction to come from. It's a beautiful beach. If you come from the north, which is the easier way, you can walk right down to where we had to climb up here and then walk right back on sand or on the concrete boardwalk, as you would have seen. All of this area here was eaten out, just similar to the one we showed you down by the villa in front. As we got to the south of Sandy Lane itself, that property that we stood up to look at, all this was eaten out. The front wall was there, but all the rocks here had been eaten out from underneath. All, as I said, the reinforcement underneath was eaten out. All the rocks are pulled away. This is all being refilled by those trucks. Unfortunately, well, not really unfortunately, because we could probably still do a little bit of it, but unfortunately, getting through here for a person that doesn't want to get wet or has challenges to one on the beach itself at Paynes Bay Beach, or what we call one Sandy Lane, you really can't get through there now at all. So I would say for the person that doesn't want to get wet or can't have the challenge, but we're going to go down anyhow. You know why? Because we're going for a swim. I can't come all this way and not tease you all with a swim. That wouldn't be right. But look at where we're going down though. Just so that you see it. It's not the gentlest of walks and stuff. So just be careful when you come up here. When you're doing that, coming over that area, as you can see, it's quite a step up, quite a way down. And you can see also one of the manchineel trees. It says, please do not walk on rocks. I don't know how you're supposed to get to the beach if you don't walk on the rocks. So that sign to me really doesn't pay any attention to me anyhow, because I want to get to the beach and I'm going to walk across anywhere I could get to the beach. No, I'm not a rebel, but when I want to go to the beach, I'm going to the beach. So I'm telling you, rocks or not, I'm not advising anyone to walk over those rocks up, because you see the sign. If you fall out there, anything happens to you, well, you're responsible for yourself, especially with that sign up. So just be careful of that. We did do this beach 3 days ago. The only reason I'm coming here is because I want to go and see. So as you can see, between Sandy Lane and here, not many options to swim in, or you can swim in anywhere, but to actually walk on sand into the water. So that's why we've come this way. I guess it's a nice place to end. Sort of like ends where we started our vlog the other day. Gives us the full scope of the beach between Paynes Bay, where the monument is, through Paynes Bay Beach and down to Sandy Lane, and as far as Sandy Crest Medical Centre. Hope you've enjoyed the walk with us this morning. We're going to take you for a swim if you would like to stay with us. We can go for a little swim in the ocean there, let you feel what sea bath is like virtually. Remember, we're doing this here so that you will feel as though you're actually with us. If you don't want to bring you stuff after the fact. Our main goal is to bring you live vlogs. However, with the current bandwidth situation island, I'm hoping today as well, I don't know if it was good or not, but hopefully it has been. But with the bandwidth situation island, we have to be very picky and choosy where we go. So it's actually limited our morning vlogs somewhat, because a lot of the St. Philip area is very, very weak. Some of it, which was weak before, is now strong. So it needs to be tested and things. So we generally will do that when we go to do the 4K videos, take signal readings just to make sure that we can do it if it is possible, and then we bring it to another date. So that has also slowed us down quite a bit in our early morning vlogs, and that's also why we've gone to a lot of 4K resolution, because we want to bring you Barbados as best as we can. We don't want to bring you a speckly ghosting version of Barbados. We want to bring you beautiful Barbados, beautiful as it is. So as you see, tide's a little lower this morning. At this time we're more in the low tide range than we were when we came here 3 days ago. So you'll see the beach is looking beautiful at the moment, absolutely stunning. We're not going to go any further. You see they've got a little coral here still, so we're just to where the sunlight is basically, and then we'll take you for a sea bath and we will bid you farewell for now. Hope you enjoyed our journey this morning. It's a stroll that we wish you were personally here with us doing. However, that doesn't provide or doesn't present the opportunity right now to do so. So you're joining us virtually. As you will see, we are bringing you step by step. We're not cutting out anything. We're doing comprehensive walks as we do all the time, whether it be live or in our videos. So remember, if you are unable to vlogcast from any location, where CUNY community or any other big cultural events are, like we did in Whole Town, as we did Independence Day, and as we do at some of the queues, we'll bring a 4K resolution. It will be done the identical same way. I will talk to you the same way. Jeannette will talk to you the same way. We will talk to people the same way. Nothing changes. You will just be seeing it later on rather than live. So if you're a person that comes on just like later on in the day when you wouldn't see live anyhow, well, you're going to be seeing exactly what you would have seen if it was live. So that's our statement on that one. All right, as you can see, we were asked as well, is the walkway coming down here open? What used to be opposite the coach house? Sarah had asked us that on YouTube if it was open again. Yes, it was open. I want to tell you it was open, which I did actually, but I want you to actually see it, that it has been cleaned up somewhat, because it was really pretty bad for a little while. The gates on the other side were locked off. However, you can now access through here. That may have been opened up and stuff because of the situation for one Sandy Lane, or it may just be open because of all the new accessories that can be found on this beach and amenities that you can come and get and enjoy. All right, so time for a sea bath. Anybody wants to go in here with me? If you don't, go off your screen now and check you later, because I'm going to be taking you in here because I want to tease you with a sea bath. Again, good morning to my family, friends and loved ones from all over the world. You already know this love is genuine. You already know that what is happening here, there's no ulterior motive. There's only one motive: heal through love, share love. That is what our motive is all about. Along with love comes respect and honesty and sincerity. There are things also that we push as well. So you know it's real. Anybody who thought that there are people who do not, or that there's no one that makes sure and talks about love, 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 and pushes love all the time, they will know for sure that it happens right here in Barbados. It's called the ripple of love, and that originates from here in Barbados on our version of it. And we have thousands that join us from all over the world and help us to generate that ripple, make sure it spreads across the entire globe. Hopefully it will reach those that need to see love, so that they can change their philosophy and their ideas about life and be nicer and more compassionate and kinder people, and not as violent and as hostile. All right, so we're not going to go too far in. As you see, there is a surge. We've talked to you about this already. We've mentioned about how surges come in, and because of the backwash coming off, they will pull you away from the shoreline. So we're not going to put ourselves in a vulnerable situation. Although I'm an Olympian, I can swim with one hand and keep the other camera above water. I really don't want to find myself in that situation. We showed you again, this is another example or demonstration of how the backwash creates this drop off that everyone talks about on the west coast. Basically, the angle of the sand, you can see how steep it is. Water goes up on the beach. By the time it starts to work its way back off, another swell's coming in, so the water is coming down, goes in an underflow, undercurrent, and pulls up all of the sand, which is what causes this. So right on the shore break, at low tide and high tide, you will find this here. Now the drop off will always be pretty consistent where it is. However, it will be minimized or marginalized because of the lower tide or the higher tide. So that will change it a little bit, and sometimes it can be very steep, sometimes it can be quite calm and easy to get in and out of the water. If you are being challenged to get out of the water at any time, look around and shout for someone. People will help. The general nature of people, humans in general, not doesn't matter where they're from, is to help people. So if you are having difficulty in getting out, don't injure yourself and try and stand up, because a lot of this sand and rock, pebbly rocks, which are now coming in because of the reforming beach, are very loose. If you stand on that, you're going to find yourself like the feet just going into not quicksand, quick rocks, because it's not sand. You'll find yourself actually burying yourself in it and can fall down and hurt yourself. So there's nothing wrong with asking for help or going on 2x2s if you 2x4s if you want, and make your way up on the beach. But exercise caution, especially the elderly folks with hip or knee problems. Please exercise caution in the West Coast when going in the water. As I said, it doesn't always have steep drop-offs. It is right now because there's a surge going on. We've explained to you what's happening with the sand moving around. It's soft sand, so it's being troubled out all the time by the tide and by the backwash and by the undertow as well. So just be careful of that. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna let you see and enjoy beautiful Barbados without a whisper except for nature's sounds. Here we go. That is somewhat beautiful. We're not talking too much about this beach. If you want to see this beach, please go back and look at our vlog from 3 days ago, and you can have a look at this beach itself. We walked in from the public thoroughfare by one sandy lane to the north of there, and we walked right up in front of the house in that general area, and then we came back. We didn't go any further because of signal loss, but you can look at all that beach. For the person who was asking, the gentleman who was asking on YouTube, saying that you were coming to Buccaneer Bay, how is the situation at Buccaneer Bay? You actually made that comment on the Paynes Bay beach, which is where Smuggler's Cove, not Buccaneer Bay, my bad. Smuggler's Cove is just over here. We did say that, that's in that general area there. You can always find that if you want. And then you can look at the beach conditions that are here to offer. Thank you very much for joining us again today. It's been a pleasure to walk with you. We've had an amazing day. I know for sure that some of you are going to work today. Hopefully this is giving you the type of foundation of how your day should be on peace and serenity. Remember, if you get put in a situation of where you are being challenged for your peace and serenity, walk away, take a little breather and come back. There's no sense in putting yourself in a situation of where when you leave at the end of the day, you're feeling guilty to what you have said, even if you were wrong or right. So just take your time and walk away, catch your breath and come again. Always keep things calm and peaceful. Only replay and don't react. You know, respond, don't react. So anyway, you all have a great day. Love you all. From Barbados, beautiful Barbados, the Journey 246 from Jeannette, myself, and for all those that walk with us from the serenity and peace and love of Barbados, we greet you all on this great Therapeutic Tuesday, and hopefully this has brought you the therapy that you needed to start your day. Have a good day. Blessings to all of you all.